Hi, my name's Bruce Steele. I wrote the app called the Dambusters, and I wrote it because I read the Biggles books when I was a kid. The first part of the game is called Getting There, and it's a very, very compacted version of the mission. So flying down across Holland, and what I've done is create a whole bunch of obstacles for you. Now the obstacles that I've put in the game actually mimic the real obstacles, although it's a much, much shorter trip, because if I give you 1.5 hours of flying through here, you wouldn't thank me for it really, would you, before you get to the dams. I mean, these guys were flying a plane with a 100-foot wingspan, 60 foot above the ground. It's quite incredible. Actually, one of them was flying 60 foot above the ground and looked down and somebody else was flying underneath him. It's unbelievable skill to do this. You only need to touch the wing in the water and you're dead. And they did this at night with just the light of a moon. I've had to make the game a lot brighter than it would have been in reality, because if I made it as dark, you wouldn't thank me for it whatsoever. Once we've got past the first level, we get on to the real mission, which is the Myrna Dam. The tricky thing about this one, apart from being shot at all the time, which they really were shot at all the time on this one, there was some amazing flying, some very courageous pilots who flew at very low level here while being shot at, lining up on the dam. The problem is that there was a bunch of torpedo nets, and if you don't drop the bomb at exactly the right place, it hits the torpedo net and explodes. There we are. And it sinks 30 feet below, and when it explodes, the compression of the water, the hydrostatic force of the water against the dam is what pushes the dam over, not the explosion of the bomb itself. It's the force of all that water behind it that pushes it against the dam. And in reality, they had to drop the bomb right against the wall, because if you didn't drop it against the wall, it was a little bit out, none of that pressure of the water was behind it. You actually have to hit the dam several times here to weaken it. In fact, I think they hit it 3 or 4 times. But the spotlights on the plane were shone off to one side. When the plane went down low enough, the 2 spotlights came together in a figure of 8. Right, we've breached the Myrna Dam. The next target is the Ida. Then we move on to the Sauper. But just as it was for the guys in 1943, the real difficult part of the mission still remains, and that's to make it home.